Here's a look at your market recap on this Monday, the 3rd day of February. Despite some awful, ugly futures markets on the cattle side today and a lower opening at some of the auction barns, at midday, looking around the auctions going on today, markets seem unevenly steady to even a bit higher in places. Somewhat of a shock to us today, given what all's happened in the industry and around economically, I guess. At China livestock market, a couple of stick-out sales there midway through the auction included a full pot load of 761-pound steers at $282 and a quarter, another full pot load of 850-pound steers at $273.10. At Callaway Livestock Center, stick-out sale there we saw early in the day was a full pot load of 715-pound steers at $304 and a quarter. Mid-session market from the Joplin Regional Stockyards, they're still expecting the 12,500 head. At midday, the market's mixed from 5 lower to 5 higher. The steers, medium and large ones, 4 to 5 weights at 380 to 440, 5 to 6 weights at 321 to 392, 6 to 7 weights at 290 to 332, 7 to 8 weights at 267 to 294, 8 to 9 weights at 258 to 273.50, some 900 to 950 pound steers at 241.5 to 247. The heifers weighing 4 to 500 pounds, 319 to 360, 5 to 6 weights at 280 to 331, 6 to 7 weights at 263 to 284, some 7 to 8 weights at 251 to 271. Negotiated feedlot trade so far this week, basically at a standstill. There was about 300 head that were reported in Iowa dressed at 325, but that's about the only thing reported so far this week on a Monday. Last week, we ended up with 58,816 head. Sales in the south were quite a bit higher as they caught up to the north, erasing that price gap for the week. Live sales had a weighted average price of $209.40. That was up 50 cents. Dress sales, $329.30, down 59 cents. Box beef cutout values on Monday. Choice up $4.31 at $331.99. Select at $319.84, up $277. Those values based on 89 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the Choice Select spread setting at $12.15. Taking a look at the futures markets, live cattle for February down $1.62 at $202.97. April down $2.15 at $200.15. And June $194.47 down $2.22. Feeder cattle, March was down $5.22 at $270.50. April down $5.30, $269.82. And May at $267.97 down $5.15. Lean hogs, February 15 cents higher, $84.32. April was down $4, $86.35. May down $3.80 at $90.72. Turning our attention to the grain markets, at the elevators around the state, soybeans were 13 to 18 cents higher, wheat 4 to 7 higher, and corn 7 to 12 higher. Corn bids in St. Louis, $4.95 to $4.96, Kansas City $4.48 to $4.78. Soybean bids, St. Louis, $10.56, Kansas City, $10.08 to $10.38. Wheat bids in St. Louis, $5.76 to $5.88, and Kansas City at $5.46. On the board of trade, the first 3 months of the corn contracts all up 6 3/4 cents. March closed at $4.88 3/4, May $4.99 3/4, July at $5.03 1/2. March soybeans up 16 1/4, $10.58 1/4. May at $10.72 3/4, up 15 1/4, and July $10.87 up 14 3/4. Wheat contracts, March 7 1/4 higher, $5.66 3/4. May up 6 1/4, $5.78 1/2. July up 6 at $5.90 1/4. Soybean meal for March up $2.60 a ton at $303.70. Soybean oil for March $46.51 a hundredweight. That was up 40 cents. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets from Monday. This is Tony Hancock.